Okay, we're gonna make a rough out of a grizzly standing. What we're gonna do is take two pictures, one of a front view and one of a side view. Now these are not the exact same bear, so we're gonna have to do a little imagination. Dust got me coughing. The main features I was looking for is that both of them have their arms extended out in front of them. A little bit different pose, but I'll just have to adjust for that. So what we did was took this rough out, or this picture, and marked around it with a pencil on the back to make it act like a piece of carbon paper. Then we lay this on our wood and go all around this outline. That gives us outline on the block. Then we take it to the bandsaw and we saw out that outline, which winds up being like this.
Are you seeing it? Thank you, Helen.
Now I've done some additional sawing on this, so this part has been taken out and this part taken out. But after I got this initial outline, I want my side view. So I can't draw it on there because this is a little bit different bear. So I take my block of wood and using my imagination, I sketch the bear onto the block of wood. I kind of sketched where I thought his head, leaving plenty of room so I don't take off part of his head. The arm is going to be out here, so I can take out this. I outlined his back and take out the back. So that leaves me with a kind of funny looking piece of wood. But if I look at the other side, I can see I've got enough here for the head. Here's my left arm. Here's the legs. Then I cut between his legs based on the front view. Cut out between them. So that gets me to the point now I'm ready to start roughing out with the Fordham. And what I'm going to use is not this bit. This is the bit I'm going to use. It's very aggressive. It'll take out a lot of wood in a short time. So now we're going to cut the camera off. Okay, now I'm going to turn on the dust collector so you may or may not be able to hear me talking. Mask. And also going to put on safety glasses just in case. Okay. Okay, I just wanted to do a little bit to show you how that bit cuts, and no point in you sitting here watching me do this roughing out. I'll show you basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to round up a little on the head, being very careful not to take off much because this is cut pretty close to the shape of that head. I'm going to have a nose come out here I'm gonna have some ears along up here, and the head's gonna come down, the nose out. Head's gonna wind up being roughly like that, a shoulder in here, and then I'll come into his back. So if that's a shoulder, you can see that that arm is going to have to come out this way. So this right in here has got to come out. See, that's got to come out. I've got some right in here that's got to come out, but I've got to be careful not to go back too far in there, because his chest is going to be there and here, so I can't go much in there. And that arm, if I look down at the top of this, those arms are not going to be sticking straight out. They're probably going to be, this one's probably going to swing around and be sticking out about right in here. And this one's going to swing around and probably be somewhere along in there. So I can take a little bit off of there and a little bit off of this side, but not a great deal. And I'm just hoping I didn't cut too much off. No, I didn't, because I traced it by the pattern. So I can start a little roughing out, and I can get some off the front of the legs, rounding this off. I can take out a little bit in between these arms, but not a great deal. I got to leave enough there and there for the hands or feet, front feet coming out. So go ahead and cut your camera off. Okay, it's cleanup time now. Show you how far we've got along. Let's see if I can turn this around where I can see it from over here. You can see the filter's caught a lot of dust. I'm going to clean it out and take the vacuum and clean up all this mess. But here's where we've got to so far. Don't look much like a bear, but you can see it's beginning to take a rough shape. That's the reason we call it a rough out. Desiree Haney said once, take off everything that don't look like a bear. So that's what we're going to do from this point on, is refer back to our pictures and do a little sketching and a little measuring and a little carving. So now let me leave you with that, and I'm going to do a little cleanup. Okay, we've got the rough out pretty well finished down to the point about like it would be if you purchased a rough out off the internet, maybe a little bit fuller, but I want to be sure and leave plenty of room for the hands or feet, front feet, if you prefer to call them that. Started shaping the head up just a little bit, and you notice got a center line drawn on the head where I can maintain that line down through the center of the nose, and I'll be bringing that line all the way down to the bottom of the carving. Then refer back to my pictures, and from this point on I'm going to continue carving with my carving tools now. Put the power carving aside. I mainly like to use it for a rough out, moving a lot of wood in a hurry, especially since I've got arthritis in my hands. I just can't do that heavy cutting like I used to. So I'm going to leave the video now and start carving with my carving tools, and I'll try to come back when it's a little nearer finished and check with you again.